My name is Letchen. I stay here in Cape Town, South Africa, and I recently turned 26 years old. So I'm still quite new to all of this and adulting and everything, but I'm happy to be here. I started in accounting, then a series of events, not studying accounting anymore, then moved over into business management and entrepreneurship. And it was in my second year of business management where I realized that we had a subject called information systems management, and it kind of really took a liking in it. In my final year, I worked as an intern for a software development company startup. One thing led to another. They had an issue. I asked if I can solve the problem, and then solved the problem for them, had a whole presentation and everything, and then I started working there full-time while I was studying as a junior business analyst, and worked there for a couple of 2.5 years, and then ultimately moved over to Nebula to start a career here as a business analyst, and then moved over to product manager recently. I think working in the tech space especially, there's a predominantly male world, but I think I'm conditioned kind of not to see that, because the moment you pay attention to it, the moment you're more self-aware of the situation, that you are the only woman sometimes in a meeting room of 10, 12 people. But the moment you pay attention, the moment you decide to feed into this, is where you actually put yourself back a couple of years or whatever the case might be. So that's kind of my experience, is not letting that affect your performance and the way you communicate. If you're in meetings, letting your voice be heard, as you as just as much contribute as everybody else in the room. Whenever you from yourself feel like you want to get into the tech industry, don't have any barriers, just go for it. Like the moment you feel like, no, I don't want to do this, or what if, like the first step is always the scariest step, and having that support system in place as well, knowing that it's fine to make mistakes, it's fine to try it out, but also knowing that doors won't just open naturally. You need to go and knock on every single door, and when that door opens, you need to be prepared. So make sure you armor yourself with the knowledge, with everything that you have. Eventually, when that door opens, you are ready to tackle that head on and show what you are made of. Responsibility and accountability and ownership from your side to make sure that with all this freedom that you get, that you actually deliver what you need to in time, but also benefit the team. So it's not a solo person running into all of this. You have an entire team that is accounting on you, and you are counting on them. There's a whole lot of contributions with stakeholders. This person wants this person wants this. You need to be in the middle sometimes, figuring out, okay, cool, this is the best way forward from both sides. I think also the trap most people kind of fall into is when you work from home, you tend to overwork. And if you overwork that part, you need to help yourself accountable, saying, no, this is where I need to stop, because otherwise tomorrow I won't be able to bring my 100%. Is voicing my opinion a little bit sooner. You are younger, you are a little bit scared to voice your opinion. Well, what if I'm wrong? What if I look stupid? Or whatever the case might be. So you take the back seat and observe most of the time. And then when you let your voice be heard, people can't put any credit behind it, because that is the first time you speak, or the first time you make sure that your voice is heard. So participating in discussions more, and also if you know you are doing a good job, just backing yourself more than just rather let your work speak for it, but make sure that you can actually be there for yourself and not just rely on everybody else. Everybody starts equally, and based on that is based on merit. So that's kind of what I would envision for the rest of it. Everybody's on an equal playing field, and it doesn't matter if you are female, if you are male, or whatever you want to be. If you can fulfill that job role, then that is what you get. Probably giving my age and my generation away here, but I'm Gen Z, gonna say TikTok and Instagram. The best place for myself where I found kind of people to connect with, and also great advice. Like that TikTok videos of they saying how to do a very effective check-in with your manager. It's stuff that can translate to your everyday job quite nicely, I'm not gonna lie. But also you get to connect there with other people as well. There's a lot of forums on LinkedIn if you do any sort of like courses. There's a lot of forums that you can be a part of. Discord and Slack channel, which has been great, where you can ask questions and do all the things just to make sure that, listen, what I'm doing, is this up to industry standards or not? This is what do you expect? Am I doing this right? Because each and every company, each and every industry, they do things differently, but it's all based on kind of the same principles. So if you have that principle ticked off, you can customize it to your industry or your company, but you need to kind of know that principles and know if you're implementing them correctly.